In a twist to an already heartbreaking story, tonight officials say a 13-year-old boy was behind the wheel of the pickup truck involved in Tuesday's deadly collision in West Texas that killed 9 people, including 6 golfers from the University of the Southwest. 13 years old. Here's part of the 911 call.
All units, I've got wrecked vehicles on both sides of the highway, fully involved vehicles.
Attempted to get the person trapped in the van out. They're unable to get close to the van at this time. It is too hot.
We are going to need 2 helicopters.
Among the dead, the 6 golfers, their coach, 13-year-old driver, and a man in his 30s was a passenger inside the pickup truck the boy was driving. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, the pickup truck was traveling southbound and crossed the median into the northbound lane, hitting the Ford Transit van carrying the men's and women's golf team head on. The NTSB gave more details late this afternoon.
A 13-year-old child was behind the wheel of the pickup truck. It appears at this point in the investigation that the left front tire, which was a spare tire, had failed, which resulted in the vehicle pulling hard to the left and crossing into the opposing lane.
The crash happened just outside Midland, Texas. The golf team was traveling from their university in Hobbs, New Mexico to a tournament in Midland. This is such a tragic story, but this is just a twist that's hard to believe. Joining us now from Texas with the latest is NewsNation's Marky Martin. All right, so Marky, do we know anything else about how a 13-year-old got behind the wheel?
Hey, Dan. Yeah, it was hard to imagine this story getting much worse or more agonizing than it already is. As far as what we know about that 13-year-old boy, just right off the top, honestly, not a lot, other than the NTSB today saying they did identify him as being behind the wheel of that truck. Even that NTSB official today at that press conference say, you know, we're not going to speculate why a child was driving this pickup truck. And I will add, too, just from growing up in this part of the country, Texas, Oklahoma, I'm sure a lot of other states could attest to this as well. In those rural parts, it's not abnormal, illegal and unjustifiable, but not abnormal to see or at least hear of somebody who's too young to be driving, you know, taking some of those back roads, those back highways. This crash happened on a farm road to get to a friend's house or between, you know, plots of land. And you kind of wonder, because we don't know the relationship between this little boy and the 38-year-old man he was driving with. Was this a family relationship, a father-son dynamic, letting him get some road time in at a time when he thought maybe there weren't going to be a lot of other people out? Crash happened about 8:15 at night. However, we don't know. You know, we don't have those answers yet, but I imagine a lot of that will come to light here pretty quickly, Dan.
But we do now know that the man in the vehicle with him was 38 years old. I mean, we know the specific age of the person who was with him, with the 13-year-old.
Yeah, so the man that the 13-year-old was driving with, he was 38. He's from Seminole, Texas. According to the crash report, it is unknown if he was wearing a seatbelt at the time. And I actually will add, too, according to the crash report, for every single victim, all 9 people who passed away, it's unknown if anybody was wearing a seatbelt. But I do imagine, even though the NTSB didn't reveal specific circumstances or relationship, I imagine a lot of family members have probably come forward and started to fill in those blanks for investigators behind the scenes. But as of today, Dan, we don't know the specifics just yet.
And there were 2 survivors, though. Is that correct? Do we know anything about that?
Yeah, there were 2 survivors. And I will say, just to get their names right, it was Dayton Price and Hayden Underhill, both of them on the boys golf team for the University of the Southwest. And interestingly, both of them from Ontario, Canada. We got an update from the provost of the school today, also just some family reports coming forward saying that they are getting better each and every day in the hospital. I think today the update was that the boys were eating chicken soup from the hospital so that they were getting stronger. There was a GoFundMe page already set up for Dayton Price, and it did go into detail about how he had suffered 3rd-degree burns to most of his body. You know, when those 2 cars collided, both of them caught fire So I imagine it will be a long road to recovery, Dan, both mentally, certainly physically, when both of these boys get to leave the hospital.
Oh. All right. Marky Martin, thank you very much. We'll certainly keep an eye on this as more details come in. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.